What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Okay, so I did a live stream today, and I said I'm pretty tired of the bullshit, and I'm going to talk about forced damage. Okay, it's kind of important that I talk about this because penetration is a very serious topic, right? But of course, the meta players are going to scream. Stamina can't fucking do it because they're not reaching their pen because it got even nerfed further. But people don't realize you can force through penetration by scaling. And when we go into the medium armor versus the light armor, what you end up doing is you have agility. That means you're increasing your weapon damage. Right? Now, it's important to realize what you're also going to be doing is stacking your weapon damage in conjunction with the Fighters Guild. Right? Due to Slayer. That increases your weapon damage even further by 9%. Right? That's kind of important because I'm not even utilizing on this build anything but one resource of weapon damage, so I'm even using an axe and not the sword. So I'm illustrating something here. Okay, so currently my weapon damage is 3,267, right? The Mundus I'm utilizing currently is the Lover. That's 4,239 pen, right? And then what you end up having to do when you take a look into it's off the top of my head here. Anyways, into my character sheet, my current penetration level's at 5,008, so that succeeds, right? So basically, currently, I'm dealing 5.9 base at the current pen level. And that's pretty good. This is kind of ideal. It's an ideal scenario for a penetration level. Alright. Okay, I'm just kind of going over this. Alright. So now I'm going to switch to the Warrior, which increases my weapon damage further. So I'm taking out my penetration level. Now it should drop slightly. Let me get, see, 5.5. But just notice, I'm still dealing a couple of hundred just less, right? And what will end up happening, what I can do, let me go ahead and show you how I'm going to do this, is scale the damage beyond the penetration, because now my penetration level is only at 1650. Okay? Alright. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to transmute 2 pieces infused and stack them with weapon damage. So what ends up happening, I've said to you guys, there's a 10-to-1 conversion ratio from max statting to weapon and spell damage. And given the fact that the medium armor scales weapon damage, the Fighters Guild scales weapon damage, right? What you end up inherently doing is surpassing the need for penetration because you're forcing damage. It's called forced damage. Okay, it's something I don't typically like to preach about because the scaling in this system, I've said before, is a detriment to the game. It's not basically Stam can scale higher than Mag due to this factor. They can force their damage upon the target where Mag can't necessarily do as well, because they're dependent on the penetrating value more so than Stam due to its innate passives. Okay, so It's just something I've kept under my belt. So I'm like, people don't need to know about that. They should just realize that you need a penetration, a flat value of penetration. Okay. Now I'm not going to take too much off. Actually, I'll leave one infused and one with the recover, whatever, just for sole purposes. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do really quick is go into the Ewer of Enchantments. Going to go to the jewelry. Let's see. Jewelry enchantments. Okay. Physical damage. I'll do 2, but I'll do 1 infused to kind of give you guys once again an illustration. And the sets I'm wearing is the Hulking Draugr, because I didn't want too much in the hunt. And then I'm trying that killed out for shits and giggles. Okay. So I only have 1 weapon damage on here. I wanted to keep pretty much to a stamina base for the sole purpose of this test. Okay. I didn't want to add a lot of critical modifiers or whatever, but I wanted to play around with the kill a little bit because of the base damage. Irish, dude, thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. But I there's like certain things I never like to openly discuss on certain things because you know what? It's like arguing. But you'll see them. You'll see the meta players. Go look at the meta players. They'll talk about the pen and everybody else. If they did, congratulations. They're fucking idiots. What we're doing is we're scaling. We're forced damage. It's called forced damage. Okay. It's forced damage. Okay, once again, we'll go over it. My pen's only at 1650. Right? Now our base is 6.4. We're forcing the damage. Okay? We're forcing through it. So there's what we end up doing is we're never going to reach the tool tip. Right? The tooltip scale system goes higher. Right? The more weapon damage we have. That's a fact. The percentage value cuts through the armor. We're never going to hit it. But the more debuffs are applied, like a major and the minor, breaches, and that our scaling is so high that we're meeting those DPS requirements even without a penetrating value per se. We're forcing damage to exceed the point of penetration, but realizing we never hit our tooltip. That we never achieve tooltip. Okay? That's the deal. We scale it so fucking high, it gets utterly ridiculous. That's what we're achieving. Now, I'm always going to stay, roughly with the stand recovery, but being a Bosner, I reduce my cost and with Necro. So I could bring this down maybe a little bit, but I'd usually stay around about 15. I mean, even given the pot, I could probably even infuse this. But what I'm trying to illustrate here is, once again, our base is 5.9. Right? Now, if we add a penetrating value, right, which we will, it will hit higher, but our tooltip will go down. So what ends up happening is 7795. Look at the tooltip. We've lost hundreds. Right? $6.2. You see what I'm saying? So we are achieving that, but only by hundreds. The more we scale the weapon damage, the more, guess what? We are surpassing the penetration requirement. It's basically, you know, using the system against itself. We are literally forcing the damage. We're forcing damage through the penetration. So now, like, let's say I put a, I replace the hunt set, right? So let's say I replace that set with a weapon damage set. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a good one. Let me take a look. Oh, I have the medium out here. Okay. Not a lot of sets that give you a lot of weapon damage. Oh, okay, give me like 3 minutes. I'll be done. Okay, I gotta finish this up really quick, guys. Okay. Well, here's weapon damage with some crap. Okay. So Oblivion's Edge. I don't want to proc because I'm not utilizing a proc on the other side. So because it's a pet set. Wait a minute. Was those? How many of Oblivion do I have on? I don't even know why I got that one. Whatever. Give me that shoulder of Hulking Draugr. And give me the Oblivion. I think that's how I had it. No, I had it that way. Okay. So we got 5 pieces. Alright. So really quick. Here we go. Now I gotta go. 5, 9, 7, 6. 5, 7. You see what I'm saying? We're forcing past the penetrating value. We're forcing past it. Okay? That's what we're doing. Oh, God. Oh, my God, Jackson. My God, Marsh. Just pop it in and show some. Oh, my God. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got to go. I'll be back, but thank you. So, yeah. That's what we're doing. We're showing that we don't have penetration. We don't have it. But we're going to scale the damage higher. Why? Because we're raising the tooltip. Thank you all so much, man. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you. I'm humbled. As always, I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. Have a good day.